let's talk about what's in your control and what's out of your control. Because when you look at these things, right? Someone said, I want people to not judge me. Totally. And whether or not people judge you isn't really in your control, even if you do lose weight. People are going to find a way to judge you no matter what. That is something that happens to every human. Every single human is judged. There will always be people who are activated or triggered or whatever just by you existing. Doesn't matter what you're doing, but other people's judgment says more about them than it does about you. Okay. So, yeah, being judged is the reason why I am so confident in my business, because guess what? People pleasing doesn't work. And you don't even end up attracting the right people, the right clients. And so all I can do is be fiercely myself. And I take it as a compliment when people judge me or criticize me on social media, or judge me about my business, criticize my business. It's a compliment. I'm like, thank you. Thank you so much for being triggered by me. Yes. Because I didn't do anything, right? It says more about their insecurities than it does about you. Always. So if someone judges me, I usually respond with like, I'm really sorry for whatever's going on that makes you feel that way. And then they end up usually like freaking out to me because they're going through something real hard, you know? And then all of a sudden I have someone sending me 5 paragraphs about whatever happened in their family. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, book a call or something like. So, but yeah, judgment, seriously, like rejection is such a gift. We're going to talk about this more on Saturday. I need to move on. Okay. You can have a mindset like mine. It's simple, right? But you have to be open to believing it. All right. So what you cannot control, right? For all of us control enthusiasts out here, what you cannot control, your set point, as far as we know, the fact that you're rebelling against dieting, because if you could control it, like you would have, right? You've done a lot to try to control it. Here we are. The past, you cannot control the past, and you cannot control the future either, right? You can only control the current moment. Can't control your parents, can't control the stigma, can't control other people ever. Ever. You cannot control whether someone is attracted to you. You could have the most culturally ideal body in the world, want one person to find you attractive, and they might not. And you can't do anything about it. You can't control what you ate in the past, right? And I'd like to think you can't really like control what you eat, but what you can do is set yourself up to take power and dominion and autonomous control, quote unquote, over what you eat or your health behaviors. Yeah, someone said that health behaviors are usually rooted in fear and stigma. Well, that I 100% understand that. And we can also reframe that, right? Health behaviors being within your control means that if you want to eat more vegetables, eat more vegetables. If you want to move your body, move your body. But if every time you try to do those things, you have resistance and rebellion, then you got to work on that first. I have a core belief that if I was more beautiful, life would be easier. The idea of beauty at my size feels so foreign. First of all, there's so many people to follow who are absolutely stunning in all body sizes. And life would be easier if you were more beautiful, for sure, quote unquote, right, in society. But you know what else happens? People only like you for your beauty. People try to, you know, take advantage of you. People like there's negatives to that as well. So yeah, pretty people seem to have a bubble. They have things handed to them, right? It's time to develop. It's got to take time to develop this mindset. Yes, it does. It does. And that's why I'm introducing it, because I'm showing you it's possible. This takes a long time, but it's possible. And if you can have one mindset win, then that shows you, like, if you can have one mindset win, like one change in the way you see something by the end of Saturday, that shows you that's possible. That's all I want. Literally, if this whole week, the only thing that you get out of it is you change your mindset on one thing, That shows you what's possible, what you are capable of doing and creating in your mind, okay? Because you can control your mind. This is the best part of this whole thing. And when I was, obsessively dieting, I thought that I was a victim to my own thoughts. I thought that my thoughts were a true 100% of the time, and I was just a victim to them, and I couldn't change them. And if I was having an anxious thought day, or if I was spiraling, then that was just it. Then it was over, and like everything in my life was bad, and all of this stuff. Okay. When in reality, you can change your mind. Does it take a lot of practice? Heck yeah. All right. You can control the current moment. We're always making decisions, right? You can control your mind to help change how you feel about certain things, right? You can have freedom. This is within your control. Freedom is in your mind. What about neurodivergent people? ADHD, OCD, both of these things are not, again, might have some road bumps. Yeah, road bumps along the way. But yeah, being on the autism spectrum as well. Like I've worked with clients who have all of those things, right? Totally within your control. How do we get over the mental judgment that exists, like judging people in our minds that are thin or fat? Like it's one thing to judge ourselves, but another thing to judge someone we don't know and create stories in our minds. Okay, so, all right, so we're going to talk about this more on Saturday. That's why coming to the call on Saturday is going to be really important. I really hope you all are able to tune into it. But basically, questioning your fat phobia, your internalized fat phobia, is exactly the same process as questioning like your internalized racism. It's noon on Saturday. Obviously can I talk? No. It's noon on Saturday Pacific time. I sent it out in emails. And yeah, it's going to be a really good call. We're going to talk a lot about mindset. But the process of questioning your internalized fat phobia and healing it is very similar to the process of, questioning your internalized racism and healing that, okay? Because what you first have to do is make it conscious. And then you can start to question it. 3 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. Everyone has internalized fat phobia in the same way that everyone is racist. Yeah, the call on Saturday will be recorded. There's implicit biases tests. We all have implicit biases. That's just like part of being human. In-group and out-grouping is like it's part of our survival. So that happens. It's super uncomfortable to recognize, and recognizing it and owning up to it and being aware of it is the first step of changing it, okay? So quickly finishing this, you can control your boundaries, you can control your life choices. Those of you who hide, who don't go after things, who don't go on dates even though you want to be dating, don't put yourself out there to meet new people because of your body, you can control all that stuff. You can control actually participating in your life. You are the only one who can decide to heal. You're the only one who can decide. I can give you all the information, the support, and the love, and the tools. You're the only one who can decide how to feel, or how to heal, or when. I think that mental health challenges can distort your thoughts and feelings, and you learn what you can trust and what you can't. You can't necessarily control your thoughts, but you can train yourself to transform your attitudes, and you can train yourself to respond more to irrational thoughts with more rational thoughts. Exactly. That's what I mean by control your mind, is not believe it. So when the thoughts come in, you question them, you introduce new thoughts,